Hi there, it's Blair here at Time Trades. This is a quick review of the Time Trades Trading View script that's part of your Time Trade subscription. So I wanted to give you an overview of what it is and how to use it. We're looking at the QQQ right now, so maybe we should just zoom out here to like a 2-day chart just to give you a high-level view of what it looks like. So the first thing you'll notice is there's green boxes and there's purple boxes, okay? And they are sized to fit the price within that range. So they automatically grow and shrink to fit the price within that range. But the important thing is they indicate they have a beginning time and an end time. Okay, so that's fixed. All right, so you can see here in the future, we've got some green and purple boxes that have a fixed beginning time and end time. And because they're in the future, we don't have any price, so we just kind of set a default price range for those. So how do you use these? Well, these indicate different natural cycle periods. Okay, so these are repeating natural cycles that occur, and they tend to indicate different sort of price regimes or behavior regimes within the stock or crypto that you're following. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a complete, sort of handbook reference manual on exactly how to use all this yet. We're working on that, and I honestly really appreciate your input on as to how to best use this. But the first thing that I noticed, the first thing that really jumps out at me is that the price behavior during the green boxes is one of longer sweeping trends. Okay, so we see longer trends, we see stronger trends. And the second thing I notice is that the thick gray line that's roughly in the middle, and some green boxes have 2 gray lines. That's not a bug, that's just the way it is. The thick gray line that tends to be in the middle also indicates major pivots, right? So this is the COVID low down here. This pivot here, you can see price bottomed right in between the 2 thick gray lines. Just before the thick gray line in March of 2021. This was a high in August of 2021. So there tends to be major pivots around the middle of these green periods. Purple periods tend to be a little bit more volatile, more choppy. Trends, at least in the first half to 3/4, seem to be very, very much up and down. What trend, if any, gets going during a purple period seems to happen during the end, right? Here we are in June of 2020, and we had a couple of very strong up days near the end. And of course, right now in 2021, we had a strong push down that ended on December 4th or so, and now we're in a new strong push up. So lots of up and down in the purple periods, okay, lots of volatility. But the green periods definitely have a long, strong trending personality. So that is the time to sort of adjust your trading style, I guess, to adapt to long and strong trends. And we certainly saw that at the end of this most recent green period from October through to early November of 2021. A very strong trend went from where the QQQ price went from basically 350 to 400. Okay, so if you get in at the right time on these green periods, these can be very, very strong trending periods with great profit opportunity. Okay, so that is kind of the high level here. The last thing I'll mention is that The other thing I noticed, okay, around green and purple is that sometimes purple tends to act as like a stepping stone to the next price level. Okay, so if you've got price like back here in the COVID time and price exits the green box in the top right, and then it keeps going up through the purple box, it's going to the next price level, right? Like it's making its way to that next level. And this is a very bullish behavior where price enters the bottom left of purple, exits the top right of purple. Same thing here. Enters the bottom left, exits top right. Same thing here in May, okay? Over here, the most recent purple period, it's a little different. So yeah, maybe that means something, maybe it doesn't, but it's definitely not the strong sort of enter bottom left, exit top right that we have seen in the past, okay? So maybe that's something to watch out for. Another thing to watch out for is these black periods on either side of purple. There can be some very big moves here, okay? So very big moves on potential on either side of purple. So that's something to be aware of and plan for. Now, the last thing I'll mention here is the light gray lines. Okay, so let's zoom in. Let's go to a daily view. Now, the light gray lines, again, these are natural cycles. And we'll go to a daily view here from a 2-day. And these things have an uncanny ability to identify local highs and local pivots. Okay, so when you look at this, it's a really interesting cycle. Sometimes it's a pivot low like here. Sometimes it's a pivot, a local pivot high like over here or over here. But these tend to have important price behaviors right around them. So I was trying to think like, what would be the best way to make use of this? Because sometimes it's a little ambiguous what is going to happen, whether it's going to be a pivot high or pivot low. So I figured these days would be good days to anchor a VWAP to. So that's my suggestion as to how to best use these light gray lines is to anchor a VWAP to them. And then we can get a sense of where most buyers and sellers are, okay? So if we zoom in here, maybe we can zoom in a little bit more, maybe to an hourly chart. We can take a look at some of the behavior with these blue VWAP lines that are all anchored to the light grays, okay? And we can see here how price was underneath all 5 of the VWAPs. And then with this very strong move, it gapped up over all of the VWAPs. So all of these trapped buyers instantly flipped into happy buyers because price is now above the average price that they've paid, okay? And you can see also how these VWAPs act as very good support and resistance lines, right? So down here, price was unable to descend below this VWAP. It recovered a little bit, made another attempt. It did get some separation underneath that VWAP. And then it came back, hovered here horizontally before gapping up over and above the VWAP. So this is a very useful way, I think, to combine time and price. So we're anchoring VWAPs to these natural price cycle lines. And the last idea I have, I know I've said the last idea about 3 times so far in this video, but this is truly the last idea I have that I want to share with you guys on how to use these things is on the days when there are gray vertical lines here, these look like great days to try opening range breakout setups, right? So what's an opening range breakout setup? Well, in this case, if you just have like, say, a 1-hour bar, or maybe if we go down to, I don't know, let's go down to like a 30-minute bar. If we go down to like a 30-minute bar and use that opening 30-minute bar on those days, and then buy or sell the move coming out of that 30-minute bar. So here we are, December 1. This is the 30-minute bar. And there's a breakout going up above that bar, but it's kind of weak. It doesn't really get separation. Then it descends back into that bar range, and then it descends back through the VWAP. Okay, this is a better example because we've got this opening 30-minute bar here on November 22nd. It pokes up and then descends back into that opening 30-minute range and then descends below it. So you would sell below that as price descends below there. And then you get a nice move down into approximately the midpoint right between the two light gray lines. So some very interesting potential setups here. There does appear to be like gap ups on the open around these light gray lines. So that's something to take advantage of and to be aware of. Here's a great example, October 26th. Here's another strong opening on October 11th, which then faded. But these do tend to have strong openings. In this case, this was a very weak opening, a gap down. So these days definitely have more price action, especially on the open than your typical days. So that's something to consider and try and find the best way to exploit that behavior. Okay, so that is my summary of the time trades cheat code script. When you get access to this, it will appear over here in your notifications. So you can see here a few examples of other folks that have granted me access to the script. So you will get access to this script when you sign up with Time Trades for a trial or for a paid subscription. I will send you access to this, and then you should refresh your trading view. And then what will happen is you will see, you will be able to add this to your indicators. So you can favorite it on your indicators. It'll show up here under invite only scripts. Okay. So I hope you found that helpful. Thanks for using Time Trades, and we will talk again in the next video. Thank you. Bye now.